Welcome to day 101 of me bringing you a Bible verse for 365 days. Now, just as an update, today is really day 103, but I had a crazy weekend and I just could not squeeze in a time for a video, so I apologize to all of you who watch these daily. I am recording 3 today so that I can catch up and make sure that we are back on track starting tomorrow. So as I said, today, day 101, which was the 11th of April, which was Saturday. Now, if you've been following these along, you will know that I'm getting the Bible verse from inspiration from this box. Inside of this box is 365 envelopes. Inside of each envelope is a Bible verse and a daily Bible verse and a saying. So I did open these when I received this box. I received it 5 years ago when I moved from Cairns down to where I'm currently living, and a good friend gave it to me. So I opened it the first year I was here, and I thought I would open them all with you this year. So we're pretending today is 11th of April, and let's have a look inside of that. Here is our saying. Always remember, God will never take anything away from you without the intention of replacing it with something much better. I love that. I was told years ago when I had my business that if you lost a client, it would always be replaced with a better client. And that's what this is saying too, right? Always remember, God will never take anything away from you without the intention of replacing it with something much better. So let's have a look at our verse for today. It is 2 Timothy 2:24. Lots of 2's in there. That would have been cool to actually be there on the 11th of the 4th for 2 Timothy 2:24. Now, I believe 2 Timothy is in the New Testament. Let's see, without me looking up the index, if I am correct. I believe it's like a little book too, so there's every chance that I'm going to get this wrong, not find it. Okay, I will have to go to the index to tell me the page. 2 Timothy 1656. 1000. Man. Oh, there we go. 2 Timothy. Might have to turn it around. 2 Timothy 2:24. 22, 23, 24. And a servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but be gentle to all, able to teach, patient. Right. Let me read from verse 14 through to verse 26 to see what we can get from this. Remind them of these things, charging them before the Lord not to strive about words, not to profit to the ruin of the hearers. Be diligent to present yourself approved to God, a worker who does not need to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of the truth. But shun profane and idle babblings, for they will increase no more ungodliness. They will increase to more ungodliness, and their message will spread like cancer. 2 words I can't pronounce. Hymenaeus and Philetus are of this sort, who have strayed concerning the truth, saying that the resurrection is already past, and they overthrew the faith of some. Nevertheless, the solid foundation of God stands, having this seal. The Lord knows those who are his, and let everyone who names the name of Christ depart from iniquity. But in the great house there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and clay, some for honor and some for dishonor. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from the latter, he will be a vessel for honor, sanctified and useful for the master, prepared for every good work. Flee also youthful lusts, but pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace with those who call on the Lord out of the pure heart. But avoid foolish and ignorant disputes, knowing that they generate strife. And a servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but be gentle to all, able to teach, patient, in humility, correcting those who are in opposition, if God perhaps will grant them repentance, so that they may know the truth, and that they may come to their senses and escape the snare of the devil, having been taken captive by him to do his will. So pretty much what that is saying is, live your faith through kindness, patience, and humility, not arguments and bitterness. God does see what you do. And we've had this theme, right? For a while. We need to just live like Jesus. That's all we need to do, is live like Jesus. Make sure that we are true to Jesus. Okay, well, let's rehash our day today. As I said, our saying: always remember, God will never take anything away from you without the intention of replacing it with something much better. And our daily verse, 2 Timothy 2:24, which is, and a servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but be gentle to all, able to teach, patient. I hope you've all had a great day, and I will be back in a minute when I record day 102 of me bringing you a Bible verse for 365 days. God bless.